There is a lot of buzz about AI writing these days, so let's clear up some common myths. Using AI the right way can boost your content, but how about using it the wrong way? That's a big no-no. You can end up with penalties, lower rankings, and a whole lot of waste effort. In fact, one of the most common misconceptions about AI is that all you have to do is to push a button and it does all the writing for you. This is the wrong way, but it may also be the most common mistake people make when it comes to AI writing. Instead, think of AI as your research and writing partner. Add your own opinion, experiences, and thoughts. Hello everyone, Tom from Surfer here, and in this video I'm showing you how to use AI correctly to write content from start to finish without getting penalized afterwards. I will make sure your content is plagiarism-free and optimized for both search engines and real people. I have been on a productivity kick lately, both at work and in my personal life, so I will be demonstrating how to write an article on how to improve time management. Let's jump in. Step 1. Build an outline. Once you've picked your topic, the first step is to create an outline for your article. This helps you organize your thoughts and make sure you cover all of the important points so you can focus on refining the AI-generated content later. First, I will head to Surfer AI and type in my main keywords. As you can see, Surfer suggests a few more related keywords that I can also include. If you're working inside Surfer, select the format for your blog post. I'm going to let Surfer decide the best tone of voice based on the best pages in the searches. I can also select which competing pages I want Surfer AI to research while building the outline. But what if you're using a different AI writer like ChatGPT? Begin by asking a few questions to build your outline. For example, what are some time-saving techniques? What are some top time management tips? And so on. Questions like these will allow you to start compiling the information you need to generate the outline. You can also ask ChatGPT to create an outline for you, but then you'll have to spend some more time correcting it. When you're happy, copy and paste your outline into your favorite editing tool, perhaps Surfer's content editor. Now, let's return to Surfer and look at the outline that Surfer AI has built for us. It looks pretty good, and I especially like it includes important points below each header. I want to add a point about using the Pomodoro technique for time management, and so I will add it along with a few talking points. Now that we have built outline, it's time to generate your content. Step 2. Generate your article. Depending on whether you are using an article generator like Surfer AI or a ChatGPT-like tool, there are two different ways to approach this. With Surfer AI, you can generate an article with just one click, but with ChatGPT, it's a bit more time-consuming, let's say. I'm going to use Surfer AI to generate my article by clicking the Let's Write button. For ChatGPT, don't ask it to write the whole article on one go. That will just give you a generic AI-sounding piece that probably won't hit the word count you need. Instead, ask ChatGPT to expand on each header in your outline with very specific talking points. Treat ChatGPT like you are giving instructions to a writer. Ask specific questions such as, what is the difference between schedules for students and professionals? Which time-saving techniques do you recommend for a student? And why? Is there a more effective technique? Does the Pomodoro technique actually help, or is it just a popular thing? I also suggest checking Google's People Also Ask and related searches sections to see what others are curious about. Copy and paste these questions into ChatGPT and see what it comes up with to enrich your content. Surfer does these steps automatically, so you'll save a bunch of time. Step 3. Humanize your article. So at this point we have the first AI draft of your article. And here's where most people make the mistake of using their first draft as a finished article. Instead, read your article and rephrase any sentences and words that sound like they were obviously generated using AI. Some examples of unnatural AI phrases are navigating the landscape, in the realm of, and of course, my favorite, delve into. But please, let me set the record straight. We didn't figure out a way to completely remove some AI fluffy phrases from Surfer AI without lowering its optimization score and overall quality yet. We are working on it, so perhaps if you're watching this video later than in July 2024, it is already implemented though. Anyways, we've got you covered, regardless of Surfer AI development process. Manually fixing this can take hours, so I will use Surfer's free Humanizer to turn my AI writing content into more natural, human-like writing. By the way, Humanizer is free for everyone, so you don't have to worry that you are not Surfer user. Just head to the link in the description and paste your AI generated draft into the editor. As you can see, Humanizer shows me the probability of AI content in my article. I'm just going to click on Humanize to go ahead and rewrite my article to sound like it was written by a human. Let's paste this version of our article back to Surfer. See how fast that was? If you find that some sentences are still jargony, you can ask Surfer to rephrase them for you. Step 4. Add experience, stats, and examples. That was easy. Now that I have an article that reads like it was written by a human, let's make sure that it provides value to the reader using examples, walkthroughs, and statistics to support my points. This is where your own research, experience, and insights can separate your article from a generic AI written piece. For example, take a look at the tip about evaluating how you spend your time. It would be much more impactful if I included a study on how much time people spend on social media. If you are using ChatGPT, you can ask it for this information and then copy and paste it into your draft. Since I'm using Surfer though, I'm just going to bring up Surfy and ask it a question within the editor. I will also ask it to include a link for 2 reasons. First is that it's always good practice to verify your sources. And second, linking to your sources can help readers with additional information, not to mention make your content appear more credible. As you can see, Surfy helped me find out that the average person spends about 2 hours and 24 minutes per day on social media platforms according to a study by Global Web Index that it's linked to. Let's look at another example of adding information to your article. This time, we'll back up our point by associating ourselves with someone credible. How about the tip about avoiding multitasking? It's a great suggestion, but a statistic alone might not make it impactful. Instead, I'm going to add this tweet by a New York Times best-selling author. I will spend a few more minutes adding information and related statistics for the article, but you get the idea. If you are using ChatGPT, ask it for relevant information and then add it back to your original draft. Here I'm asking Surfy to elaborate on what science has to say about creating routines. I don't need all 4 paragraphs, so I'm only going to retain 2 points from the studies on bedtime routines and mental health. This point about taking breaks could use a statistic or study to support it. There, the article is already looking much better than the original AI version, but we are not done yet. Feel free to add personality and write it in the first person when you are sharing experience. Step 5. Optimize for SEO. If you're writing for the web, you obviously want as many people as possible to read your article. That's where optimizing for search engines comes in. Adding relevant keywords and phrases in your content can help search engines understand the context of your article and make it easier for them to understand how relevant it is to users searching for your target keywords. To optimize your article for SEO, ensure that you use your main keywords in these 4 important places: the URL of your page, your page title, within your body, and use your main keyword and related keywords in your headers. Since I'm using Surfer, I will use the content score and terms panel on the right as my guiding light. The terms panel highlights relevant keywords that are important for my article. I can add a few keywords that will fit naturally to improve my content and ensure that my article is optimized for search engines. Next, I will use the internal links feature to find other pages on my domain that might be relevant for my current article and that I can link to. There you go. With a few tweaks, my article is now optimized for search engines and it only took a few minutes. Step 6. Add formatting and images. So we have a pretty good article so far, but let's make it even better by adding some images and relevant media. This will boost its perceived value and make it more engaging. For instance, when we mention specific techniques, illustrating them with images can be very helpful. Take the Eisenhower matrix, for example. Adding an image here would really help the user imagine what the Eisenhower matrix looks like. Of course, it helps if you have a design team that can create custom images, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to use images that I can find through Google. Remember the Pomodoro technique we include in our outline? I think this could be enriched using an infographic or image. Here's the one that I found that I'm going to use in the article. On a side note, Surfer generates AI images for you, but you can also choose from Pixabay stock images library inside Surfer's content editor. Now, let's improve the article's formatting to avoid overwhelming readers with a wall of text. Here I'm just breaking up paragraphs that are clumped together so that they are easier to read. I will also format some sentences as quotes to make them stand out for readers who are skimming. You can also underline and bolden your text and even highlight it if necessary. Just make sure that you are not treating your article like a coloring book and overdoing it. Here's what my final article looks like. I've added images and links, formatted the text, and highlighted important information for easy skimming. Now onto the last step. Step 7. Fact check your article. There are always chances of AI generating inaccurate facts or misunderstanding the context in which information is provided. After generating, editing, and optimizing your content, don't skip the crucial step of fact checking. Read through your article and verify any stats, figures, and information that you have included. Make sure that you link to credible sources of information where users can learn more about the topic. And that's it. That was the last step. With all these steps, we've ensured that our content is reader and SEO friendly. We could easily post this on our blog without worrying about its quality or being penalized for using AI content. So now we have an AI generated but human reviewed article that took us about an hour to produce. Maybe a little longer if you are using other tools. Personally, I found that using Surfer AI is 2 to 3 times faster than ChatGPT. I hope this video helped you see how AI can speed up your writing process. Let me know what are your experiences with generating AI content. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share it afterwards. Thank you so much. Cheers!